Oh, you thought you got away, huh, Amber? Oh no. Oh no, Amber, you did not get away. I'm on to you. I've been watching you like a hawk. You've been trying to hide under a rock in Salt Lake City, Utah, somewhere where there's no WNBA team. No, Amber Cox, step up to the front of the line. Step up to the front of the line. We would like to talk to you. We would like to talk to you. Let's keep it real. This roster that you put together, this Indiana Fever roster, hot dog water. It's garbage. It's garbage. Make no mistake about it. You are the one responsible for this roster. You are the one that gave Monique Billings $800,000 per year for the next 2 years. And I mean, look, Monique Billings, sweet lady, not personal. The lady, she can't make layups. Like Aaliyah Boston can't make layups no more. I know Aaliyah was here before you. I'm not putting that on you, but you're responsible for Stephanie White. Let's be real. You're responsible for the players, and you are solely responsible as well.
Let's start with the biggest question surrounding the Indiana Fever right now. Is this roster actually built to compete at the highest level? Because when you watch the Fever, one thing becomes obvious very quickly. The talent at the top is there. Caitlin Clark and Kelsey Mitchell give Indiana one of the most dangerous scoring backcourts in the league. When both players are attacking, creating shots, knocking down threes, and making plays for teammates, this offense can become extremely difficult to stop. But basketball isn't played with just two players. The real problem starts when you look at the depth around them. Indiana needs players who can consistently defend, space the floor, finish around the basket, and contribute meaningful minutes. And when those pieces aren't producing, the pressure becomes even greater on Clark and Mitchell. That's why every roster decision matters. When a team has a superstar-level guard like Caitlin Clark, the front office has to maximize her strengths. That means surrounding her with players who can run the floor, hit open shots, set strong screens, defend multiple positions, and punish teams for sending extra defenders toward her. Because if defenses can focus primarily on Clark and Mitchell, Indiana becomes much easier to defend. And that's where the roster conversation gets serious.
You are in on the Stephanie White, Caitlin Clark sabotage. Okay, you've gone out of your way to speak up for Stephanie White at every turn. You never spoke up for Caitlin Clark when she was getting hit pieces put out on her and all of this stuff. You never had nothing to say. You tried to go at Caitlin Clark fans on Twitter. You was doing all of this. Meanwhile, your ass ain't been able to put a good roster together. And we gonna break it down right here, right now. Welcome to Keep the Vision. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share the channel, hit the bell notification, hype the video. That'd be greatly appreciated. Let's keep it going, man. Amber Cox. Look, I know you're hiding out in Salt Lake City somewhere under a rock or in a cave, and that is not making us forget about you, okay? You are the one that is responsible for this Indiana Fever roster, okay? You are the one that let Justine Passat walk without ever giving her a chance to play. You are the one that gave Monique Billings $800,000. You are the one that pieced this roster together. You are the one who drafted Raven Johnson early in the first round, and the girl's unplayable. You the one that signed Ty Harris. Stinks. You the one that signed Raven Johnson. Stinks. You the one that signed Monique Billings. Stinks. You responsible for all of it. You're the one that signed Damaris Dantas, who I've been saying we should never re-sign. The girl got cement for shoes. She can't move. You're the one that re-signed Damaris Dantas.
Now look at the bench. One of the biggest issues fans continue to discuss is consistency. You can have talented players sitting on the roster, but if those players aren't getting meaningful opportunities, it's almost impossible to know what they can actually bring to the team. That's especially important during a long WNBA season. Players need rhythm. They need confidence. They need consistent minutes to understand their role within the offense and defense. And when somebody gets a few minutes one night, then doesn't play for multiple games, then suddenly gets thrown back into the rotation, it's difficult for that player to establish any momentum. That's why the Fever's rotation deserves serious attention. Sophie Cunningham has shown the ability to provide energy, shooting, toughness, and spacing. But Indiana needs more than one reliable contributor coming off the bench. They need multiple players capable of changing the game. And this is where the coaching staff and front office have to work together. If a player is on the roster, the organization has to determine exactly what role that player is supposed to fill. Is she a shooter? Is she a defensive specialist? Is she a rebounder? Is she supposed to run in transition? Is she supposed to provide size? Because simply collecting players isn't enough. You have to build a basketball team.
Stinks. Amber Cox, you are not ducking this wreck. And then let's be real here. You went and doubled down all this South Carolina stuff y'all had going on. Y'all went and got Bree Hall. Okay, Bree Hall, we ain't seen her get to play. Okay, we seen her get some garbage time minutes. Okay. You got Ty Harris. She's got like, bro, you went and got a bench and we got a bench that can't play. Maisha Hines-Allen, I like her. I'm cool with Maisha Hines-Allen. Like, she's not the greatest, but she's not the worst. She's physical out there. But at the end of the day, she play like once every 3 to 4 games. So in that case, stinks. What are you talking about? You signed a bunch of people in the offseason that can't get into real games. I like Maisha Hines-Allen. Maisha Hines-Allen gets DNP, did not play. And then she'll get in. Then she'll go 3 more games not getting in at all. Then she'll get in. Like, bro, this is the roster you put together. The only consistent player we got off the bench is Sophie Cunningham, the blonde bomber. Outside of that, everything else you did stinks. Let's keep it real. And then I'm seeing this. Wait a minute. Y'all went and signed this girl, Michelle Anaya, whatever her name is. Pardon me for butchering your name. No disrespect.
Now let's get to Caitlin Clark. The most important thing Indiana can do is build around what makes Clark special. She's not simply a player who stands around the perimeter waiting for the ball. Her biggest value comes from controlling tempo, creating advantages, getting into the paint, finding shooters, pushing transition, and forcing defenses to make difficult decisions. But those advantages become much more dangerous when teammates can consistently convert the opportunities she creates. If Clark drives and kicks the ball out, somebody needs to knock down the 3. If defenders trap her, somebody needs to make the next pass. If Clark pushes the ball in transition, teammates need to run with her. If opponents switch smaller defenders onto Indiana's forwards, those players need to punish the mismatch. That's what makes roster construction so important. You can't simply say, we have Caitlin Clark, so everything will work out. No, you need the right pieces around her. And when Clark and Mitchell are both producing at an elite level, Indiana has the foundation of an explosive offense. The question is whether the supporting cast can consistently match that level. Because if they can't, Clark is forced to carry too much responsibility. And that's not how championship teams are built.
We got videos of her dunking. She dunking, but put her in the game. Put her in the game. We got a big and Aaliyah Boston that can't make a layup. Maybe she might not make the layup, but she might dunk it. She might dunk it. Put her in the game. Y'all see what happened? Y'all see what happened when you didn't put Justine Passat. You wouldn't give her a chance. 6'4", stretch 4, could shoot it from deep, a role player. She's not going to be a superstar. She's not meant to be a superstar. She go to the Aces and score damn near 20 points right away. Like, and not that she's going to do that every night, but it's just the fact of us having a forward that could shoot the 3 ball on the floor with Caitlin Clark provides even more spacing for Caitlin Clark and Kelsey Mitchell. You never let her play. Put this girl in a game. I want to see. If she's ass, then that's another ass player you signed. Hot dog water. This falls on Amber Cox, man. Straight up. Look at the roster. You went and made a move. You went and signed Michelle Nyaya. She ain't got in at all. Okay. You went and got Mercedes Russell. The girl is 6'6", but I mean, damn, she ain't no good either. I'm just being honest, man. I'm just being honest. But at least Mercedes Russell, you get a ball to Caitlin Clark and you get a ball to Kelsey Mitchell, and that's cool. You're not passing the ball to Caitlin Clark like Aaliyah Boston is doing. So then we gotta go down here. You went and got Grace Van Slooten. You got rid of.
This is also why fans naturally look at players who leave Indiana and wonder whether the team gave them enough opportunity. Take a player like Justine Pissett as an example of the larger conversation. The point isn't that one player leaving automatically changes the entire franchise. The point is opportunity. When a player has a particular skill set, especially shooting and floor spacing, you have to ask whether that skill could have helped this roster. And that's the kind of question fans are going to keep asking when they see players succeed elsewhere. The same thing applies to new additions. If Indiana signs a player with size, athleticism, or a unique offensive skill, fans want to see what that player can actually do. You can't evaluate someone properly if they barely see the court. Maybe the player performs. Maybe the player struggles. But at least you know. That's the purpose of roster development. Give players opportunities, evaluate them, and then make informed decisions. Because sitting players on the bench for extended stretches doesn't solve the team's biggest problems.
Justine Passat brought in Grace Van Slooten. We ain't really seen this girl. I'm just remember seeing her jersey number is 14. You spent all WNBA offseason signing a bunch of people that can't get in games. You went and signed a bunch of people that can't get in a game. You didn't even get this hub thing sorted out with Stephanie White. What are you doing, Amber Cox? I know you're hiding. I know it got too hot in the kitchen on social media and you had to run, but you ain't posting on social media. You ain't posted since July 10th. You've been hiding. You've been hiding from you. Yeah, you're hiding now. Okay. At the end of the day, we got to be real about what we have here in the Indiana Fever. We have a dynamic backcourt of the highest order. Of the highest order. With Caitlin Clark and Kelsey Mitchell. We're talking about a backcourt. They combined for 97 points through 97 points total offense through points and assists combined. 97. Caitlin Clark 37 and 10. Kelsey Mitchell 30 and 3 or 30 and 4. They put up 97 points scoring and assisting. That is how explosive this dynamic backcourt is. But we don't have a championship roster around it. Michaela Timpson, love what KK's bringing to the table. The main problem is you haven't even had the conversation with Stephanie White to let her know, hey, number 22 is the prized possession. She's the point guard, not our 6'5" center from South Carolina. It's so many things you have done to drop the ball. And it's not just you that need to be fired. Okay. Stephanie White definitely needs to be fired.
And now we
Kelly
get to the bigger issue.
Definitely need to be fired.
Where does responsibility actually fall? Is it the front office? Is it the coaching staff? Is it the players? The honest answer is that it's probably a combination of all three. The front office builds the roster. The coaching staff determines rotations and schemes. And the players have to execute. So when a team consistently struggles, you can't automatically blame one person for everything. But you absolutely can question the decisions being made. Are the right players being utilized? Are the rotations making sense? Are the team's best offensive players getting enough freedom? Are the defensive assignments working? Are the bench players developing? And most importantly, is the organization actually building toward a championship? Those are fair questions. And Fever fans have every right to ask them. Because expectations are different now. This isn't simply a rebuilding team anymore. When you have Caitlin Clark, Kelsey Mitchell, Aaliyah Boston, and other talented pieces, the expectation is to compete. And competing means more than simply making exciting highlights. It means building consistency.
Malpractice by all parties involved. All parties involved. This has been malpractice. And I'm starting to think, I don't know, like, you don't speak up for Caitlin Clark. Y'all went and defended Alyssa Thomas. Y'all went and defended Dejanay Carrington, but yet the same players you didn't step up for and defend had to come out and defend your head coach from getting booed. Think about that. Your head coach defended Alyssa Thomas putting a fist on Caitlin Clark's throat. Your head coach defended Dejanay Carrington, clothesline from hell on Sophie Cunningham. But those same two people, Caitlin Clark and Sophie Cunningham, had to step up to the podium to get the fans off Stephanie White's ass. When it was hit pieces going on, all these articles, a smear campaign going on, attacking Caitlin Clark, you said nothing, Amber Cox. You said nothing. But as soon as the people start coming out and getting at Stephanie White, you had things to say. Lynn Dunn, I ain't forget about you. You need to go too. Pack your shit and go. All of y'all need to go. This has been malpractice. by the Indiana Fever, it's incompetence and it's sabotage. And if y'all don't go, Caitlin Clark, you need to go. What says you? Get down in the comments. Let me know what you guys think. This Keep the Vision. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and share the channel.